Hey, how's it going everybody? In this video, we are going to talk about the elephant money exploit. I will be going over what happened, what the damages were, and what the benefits are. Yes, there are some benefits to this happening. We will talk about how the platform has performed in the 24 hours after the exploit, and we will talk about ways that the community can support the recovery. If you're looking for conjecture or speculation about who did this and why, this video is not for you. I am making this video to give you the facts about what happened in hopes that by educating you on the situation, you will be better equipped to make a decision about how to handle your position in elephant money. Guys, I've got a jam-packed video for you, so make sure you stay tuned to the end. This is Into Crypto, a channel I started to share my journey into decentralized finance. Here you will get to see weekly videos of an average Joe investor, myself, start with a minimal amount of capital and attempt to make it big in the crypto space. I will show you everything that happens in my portfolio with full transparency, no matter how bad it may get. I should mention I am not a financial advisor and all my content is intended for entertainment and education only. You should always do your own research before making any investments. If you would like to join the Into Crypto community or you just want to learn more about the crypto space, please check out the links below. And while you're down there, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Without further ado, let's get into crypto. Now before we get into it, I want to pose this question. Do you believe it is possible for elephant money to recover from this? If the answer is no, you should just stop watching this video now because you've already made up your mind and no amount of factual information I provide can change that. But if you are honestly not sure, this is a question you need to have on your mind as you watch this video. So, what happened? Well, this was not a hack. The contracts were actually used as designed, just in a way that was not intended by the developers. There was no hacking or scamming involved in the perpetration of this exploit. The damage was done not only by the attack on the system, but also from the community panic selling. The attack only caused Trunk to drop about 22 cents below peg. But when people started to panic sell and redeem their Trunk, it dropped an additional 18 to 20 cents. I believe the lowest it got was about 58 cents. Now I did take pictures of the global stats throughout the course of the last 24 hours and I have created a slide deck, and these slides will be available in the description of this video for you to view at a later time. The elephant treasury did take the hardest hit. It was at a balance of around 212 trillion elephant tokens, and as you can see from this first slide, it did fall to about 18 trillion tokens following the attack. And then as you can see from the next slide, it continued to fall as people panic sold and redeemed their Trunk all the way down to less than 9 trillion elephant token. Again, looking back at the initial slide, you can see after the attack, the cash treasury still had a balance of around 15 million BUSD, but as people started to sell and redeem their Trunk, this quickly drained to about 2.4 million BUSD, which you can see in the second slide. Overall, between the attack and the community sell-off, the liquidity of Elephant dropped from about 73 million USD to less than 30 million USD combined in both liquidity pools. This large sell-off also triggered a graveyard rebalance when the price had already hit bottom and pushed the price down even further. The exorbitant amount of Elephant that was fed into the liquidity pools caused the price drop of about 85%. This took the market cap of Elephant from around 400 million USD to around 400k USD. After all was said and done, the attackers did only make off with 26,417 BNB, which at the time was valued at about 11.2 million USD. To execute the attack, the culprits used a total of $261 million to steal 11.2 million. If you would like to understand more about how the attack was carried out, there is a link in the description of this video to a Medium article that explains it in depth by BT himself. Now let's take a look at the current state of the ecosystem. I want to mention here that when I first ran through these calculations, I wasn't very happy with what I saw. These numbers are hard to digest, but I am still showing them to you because I have a responsibility to show you the truth and facts without sugarcoating it so that you can make a decision about what to do for yourself. So the question I want to answer here is how long will the platform be able to maintain its daily Stampede payouts? This we can do by taking the total bonded amount, which is 28.23 million, and multiplying that by the daily payout, which is 0.56%. That gives us about 158,000 trunk. Now if we divide that by 0.99, we get the amount in USD. Now we can see that daily the platform has to pay out about 160,000 USD. If we scroll down, we can see how much is in the treasury and how much is in the cash treasury. If we do look, we see that there is 899,000 USD and about 2.4 million BUSD, which equates to about $2.49 million. So if we add these two amounts, and divide by our answer from the previous calculation, we see that the platform can currently pay its bonds for 21 days. Now, like I mentioned before, this is a number that is hard to digest, but I do want to talk a little bit more about this. As we can see, the current staked balance is about 9.35 million trunk. There is nowhere near that much money combined in the elephant treasury and the cash treasury. But I would like to mention, I do believe that everybody that was going to sell already has. Now I told you that I wouldn't be speculating or providing conjecture in this video, so I must have something to back up that claim. To get an idea of what investors were planning to do and kind of get a feel for how many people were still planning on selling, I did present this poll to my group and several others, including some that were filled with drip heavy investors. As you can see, a large portion of the community is still planning on holding, with 50% doubling down on their positions and 37% that possibly will continue to invest if the community pulls through and is able to make this platform succeed. But as you can see, there is still a portion of the community that does plan on exiting their position and will no longer invest in elephant money. So now that we've looked at the current state of the ecosystem and we've evaluated the health, we've also judged the community sentiment and seen that the recovery has a very positive outlook. Let's talk about what we can do to provide support to the platform and help continue the recovery. Right now, the biggest thing we can do is try to get Trunk back to peg. The best way to do that is to purchase Trunk on PancakeSwap and deposit it into Stampede. Now, if you follow my channel, you know that I am by no means a whale, but I'm going to do what I can for the community. Right now, you will see me make a purchase of Trunk on PancakeSwap and deposit it into my Stampede. So now you can see that I put my money where my mouth is. Not only do I hope that this community will succeed, but I am going to do everything I can to help it succeed. I would now like to go back to the slides and look at the performance of the platform in the hours since the attack. If we look at the third slide, we can see that by 10 a.m. on the morning after the attack, PEG had already risen from 60 cents to 77 cents. And the elephant treasury had stopped declining in balance and had started gaining more elephant token. If we look at a snapshot of the stats at 2 p.m. the following day, we can also see that the PEG had dropped a little bit from the point it was at 10 a.m. in the morning, but the elephant treasury is starting to grow, and you can also see that the staked balance is only decreasing by a small amount. If we do look at the final slide, that was a snapshot taken at 5:30 p.m. on the day following the attack. We do see that the staked balance is actually increasing, and the peg has increased a little from the 2 p.m. price. Now, the last thing I'd like to talk about are the benefits of this attack. But first, if you've watched this far and you enjoy my content, I would really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe. Furthermore, if you think that my content adds value to your investment journey, I would love it if you joined my herd. All you have to do is copy my partner address from the description of this video, paste it in here, click update, and confirm the transaction. Now, what were the benefits of this attack? Well, first, every single holder of Elephant that didn't sell got a ton of reflections. If the platform is able to recover, we will actually make a lot of money because of this. Second, there is much more Elephant in the liquidity pools than there was the last time we were at this price. Specifically, the Elephant BUSD pool jumped from around 4% of the supply to almost 9% of the supply. The Elephant BUSD pool is important because the more the pool grows, the less we are tied to the price of BNB. This is beneficial because as we get back on track, if the price of BNB has large swings, the AMMs for the liquidity pools will not be triggering buys and sells of Elephant that would in turn force reflections into the graveyard and cause a rebalance. So by increasing our Elephant BUSD liquidity pool, we lengthen the time between rebalance events and give more time for the protocol to further build liquidity, so when the rebalance does happen, the price impact will be less significant. A third benefit of this happening is that the exploit was revealed and it is being fixed. It is much better for it to have happened now than when we were at a $50 billion market cap. Also, the price is now where it was a month ago, so everybody that wanted to get in before 100 million market cap can. And the final thing I would like to point out is that this has been a black swan event. This platform is now showing that it can take a major hit and keep on going. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it does give you a better idea of what's to come in the Elephant Money platform. Farewell till next time.